Hi everybody, it's Kathy from Huckleberry Herbs and Art. Thank you for stopping by the channel to see the Heartfelt Creation release for the month of April. And I do paper crafts and card making and album making and gardening videos, sometimes recipes on this channel. This month from Heartfelt Creations, we have the Sweet Magnolia collection. So this is the close-up for that. And it's very lovely pastels of pinks and greens and yellows. And I love the garden gate that they had the previous dye for. So if you like pastels, this is going to be beautiful, soft, gentle colors for the springtime. If you're new to Heartfelt Creations, these are American-made papers. These are lovely to put trims and edges on your work. And the cards come like this, cut so that you can just cut them out. On the other side, a lovely little bouquet of the magnolias and some lovely decorative oval shapes with the pretty bows. There's a little bit more of a close-up, some great background paper or a layout. Here's another page of the different sized cards, and those magnolias are just gorgeous, whether they're in the bouquets or the sprays. Curved up the edges. Done as a lovely bow trimming. Some blank sentiment pieces for you to cut out along the edge. And on the back, this is a beautiful layout page. A gentle pink magnolia with a nice little yellow center, a pink stripe, and a green polka dot with some script. Just lovely. Heartfelt Creations does such a beautiful job with these. Lovely American family that has this business. So this nice little scalloped edge shows up on some of these smaller cards that can be used as card fronts. Sometimes I cut them out and put them in the center of the card. Sometimes I use them just as a tag to go along with the gift. Isn't that beautiful? And then on the other side, this is a nice way to do a plaid, isn't it? It's a basically green and light to yellowish background with this highlighted violet running through it, and the little magnolia bouquets in the centers and in the corners. Very pretty. Here's one that's lovely with the gate. This would be great with two pictures right there. Maybe a special, what if you went on a garden trip and had some pictures of you and a friend on your garden trip. A lovely stripe with a darker violet center, some white lace, yellow background to these magnolia strips. Here's a little bit closer look at that. This is a very lovely one with a very gentle yellow stripe, and the magnolia in the bouquet coming up out of the garden, hint of it over here on the right. And I like this one. This reminds me of that Raindrops on Roses colors. If you have been with Heartfelt for a long time, that was my favorite collection. Up here we have some nice white popping through the background. These magnolias down at the bottom as well with a center bouquet, and that would look beautiful with one center picture, wouldn't it? Or as pages in an album. This one is framed all the way around. It's really lovely the way that some of the magnolias stand forward and some of them are as ghosted images. That's a beautiful layout page as well. This one really pops with the violet geometric designs surrounded by a circle of green. It's a great background paper. Maybe you use it as the lining of a box or the fronts and backs of your albums. That might be a good idea for this. This is one of the pages where you can just take the dies and cut out the pieces already done for you if you don't have time to stamp and color. Or maybe you just buy the paper and the dies. And you can pop these out. There is a mold with this one. I love the little ribbon at the bottom of the big bouquets and all these branches. You can bend them and twist them around your cards. Just beautiful. A lovely scalloped green. Another page where you can make the actual posies and the leaves all set for you to just die cut. A very light pink, of course, with a design in the background. 6x6s and some more smaller cards. They're just so great for making a card real quick when you're running out the door and you didn't have just the right thing. A nice yellow plaid. Some more 6x6s of the larger layout pages. This is a very nice green with the patches making it look a little antiqued, a little rustic. Some more 6x6s of the larger ones, and this is definitely a violet. This is a very vivid violet, and it has some white script. And then their usual tag page with a light, what would I call this? Wine, a wine color. A little bit of burgundy, a little bit of rose. Some rustic look to it as well. Sweet Magnolia buds. This stamp and die set's perfect for making those lovely stems. Stamping them out and then die cut them and then pop them with some dimension. There are your sizes. The Sweet Magnolia bouquet. So there's that lovely bouquet with the spray that's arched. The dies and stamps. And there are your sizes for that. The Sweet Magnolia blooms. Just lovely for making the flowers themselves. And putting some dimension into the flowers. So you can cut the stems out and then pop some of these lovely little posies. So those are all the flowers you need to make them. Or you can use the die and cut them out of the paper. And then this one does come with a 3D Magnolia shaping mold. And for those of you who haven't done this before, you cut out your pieces, you place them into the mold, you put the top on, and you run it through your die cutting machine. And all that hand work to create the shape of the flowers is done for you. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that close-up. And I do have some of the older products in my shop at huckleberryherbs.com. And I should be back with more gardening and flower making in the future. Thank you so much. Leave a comment, say hey, give it a thumbs up so YouTube notices it and I don't fall into the wayside of all that wild and crazy stuff on YouTube. Until next time, everybody, this is Kathy from Huckleberry Herbs and Art. God bless.